Okay, so this morning when I was waking up, I went off to the ensuite to our bathroom. I was still asleep, and I walked into the door frame as I walked to the ensuite and banged this arm. And unfortunately, in the process, I kept on walking through the door, but the sensor for the FreeStyle Libre was caught on the door, and in the process it then ripped off. So it's pretty unfortunate. I had used it for 7 days. I still had 7 days left and was obviously keen to get the value from those 7 days. So I'm pretty frustrated with myself. But anyway, I guess there's a lesson there, and maybe I need to get one of those kind of bands that can cover it to give it a bit more protection. So I guess a lesson learnt for next time. This is the first time that I have used the FreeStyle Libre system, and in the end it was just for a week, but there were 3 really valuable things that I got out of using the system. The first was really the real-time ability to deal with stuff, monitor my sugars and anticipate maybe going low on blood sugar or high on blood sugar. So for example, last night, 3 o'clock in the morning, I woke up, I needed to go to the bathroom, and during that I checked with the Libre and could see that I was 10.6 millimoles per litre, so a little bit high, and so I was able to then take insulin real time then, and when I woke up this morning I was pretty good, 6.7 millimoles per litre. So whereas on the old blood strip system, I wouldn't have tested during the middle of the night, so I would have been reasonably high, or a little bit high all night. With the dawn effect, then I actually would have been higher. I imagine I would have been about 12 or 13 millimoles per litre this morning. So it was that type of thing where I could monitor those sugars at times that I wouldn't normally test, and anticipate and I guess make changes. So the second real benefit that I got was being able to check before I was doing stuff, my sugars at times where I normally wouldn't do a blood test. So driving with kids, before I drove with kids, I was able to check and make sure my sugar was going to be fine during that drive. Going into every meeting, I could check before, and so I could take any preventative action and save myself from going low at a time when it wasn't convenient to go low on blood sugar. And then the third real benefit I got from the Libre system was really to see the trends, stuff that when you're just testing 4 times a day, or at times if I was going low or that sort of thing, maybe 5 or 6 times a day, it's still kind of just points in time. You don't actually see the trend in the shape of your sugar, and so I learned quite a lot about how my blood sugars behave at different times of the day. For example, when I woke up each morning, I would check with the Libre system and see where I was. I'd have a shower, and then I'd check before I had breakfast. And normally with the blood strips, I just used to check before breakfast. But what I'd see is at times my sugar was going up a good 2 or 3 millimole per litre between waking up and in the process, I guess, of waking up and before having breakfast. So I don't know if that's the dawn effect, or just my body waking up and different hormones being released and causing my body to, I guess, to have sugar in the blood to kind of do things that day. But it was good to see those types of trends of the shape of the sugar after a meal, which I generally didn't test after meals with the blood strips, to see that my sugar generally would initially go up, and then it would peak and then start to drop, and so you see those trends and able to manage and respond better to those. So so for me, a real frustration that a week into my 2-week trial of the system, banging into the wall, I've now wrecked the sensor in my arm. Was, here it is hanging off, no longer working, but still some good learning, and I'll learn some lessons for next time. Maybe, as I said, put a armband on, and we'll hopefully learn from that and do better next time.